Hello, friends. It's time for
Thought Shifting Thursday.
Right On. So, we're excited to share with you. It was our 20th anniversary yesterday, and we went to the beach, and it was lovely, wasn't it? Tell,
What?
tell them about it.
He asked, "Do you want to be informed of what we're doing?" And I said, "No, surprise me." So we went to Zuma Beach and spent an afternoon there. Of course, there's always music involved with him and playing with his guitar. Had a lovely dinner, and then we went to the beach while the sun was going down,
Well,
and
yeah, after dinner, yeah.
and said our vows again, commitment, how we were gonna proceed in the next phase of our relationship.
And that was the best part of the day, wasn't it?
It
It
was.
was really,
Yeah.
she cried, which made me cry, and it was just really, really beautiful. So we want to talk today just about some of the things. We're writing a book, if you didn't know. The working title may not be, we may use pen names on this one because
Yeah.
it's definitely not R-rated and definitely not GP. Hi, Naomi. Um, but the working title is Ecstatic Love and Sex for over 50 and for couples of all ages. So, I don't know. What do you want to start talking about what has kept our love alive, our romance alive? I mean, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the disconnect we had last week and how it actually, I think, made an even better day yesterday.
For
even
you,
though,
for you.
oh, not for you. Well, if it's for me, then it's for you too. Because
Yeah,
if I'm happier, you're going to be happy, right?
absolutely.
So the disconnect was I was a little edgy, and I've just been noticing. I guess I've been doing a little more caffeine lately, and caffeine, and I've known this my whole life, makes me a bit edgy. And so, you said something that I misunderstood, and I raised my voice. You called it screaming. I call it slightly raising my voice. It's probably somewhere in between.
Because you're such a well-mannered man all the time, when you raise your voice at any point, and the kids also have said that to me, it gets kind of scary,
I know.
because we
I'm
don't
used
see,
to it.
we don't see that part of you.
Right.
So when it happens, it's like, what the hell?
What I wanted to say is, you've never heard me scream, except maybe talking to a client. We're doing a process. No, I have. I remember back the couple times that I screamed at the kids. I don't remember. I probably have. I don't remember ever screaming at you, but I do remember a few times just really being angry at the kids. And yeah, they just freaked out. 'Cause
Yes.
Where's this coming from? Who's this guy?
Right, right.
But anyway, what I wanted to get to is just that, I just want to really, I admire you for, even though I felt that your reaction to that was overboard, just as like my reaction to what I misunderstood was overboard. Even though it felt that way, your, refusing to to receive me raising my voice in the way that I did, just setting that boundary, just really helps me, and it really caused me to look at, my reactiveness and my tone. That's what we came up with a little catchphrase. I got her flowers a couple days later, right? And that always helps. But so we came up with a little code word. Can we share it?
Flowers.
Flowers. So when she feels that my tone is, at a decibel that is uncomfortable, say the word flowers, right? And I'm doing the same with her. And I'm catching myself. I've only done it once, I think, where I caught myself just. It wasn't at her, actually. I think I was yelling at my computer. When you were in the room, and it said flowers, flowers, lots of flowers. So that just to really emphasize the good things that can come out of conflict if we approach them in a
Constructive way.
yeah, exactly, in a learning way. And not to say it wasn't difficult for those couple days where you weren't talking to me.
Well,
Because
until
that was
like I said before, until I feel that I worked on the issue myself in my own head, I'm not gonna. I don't want to engage in any kind of resolution or any kind of, because then I'm gonna be right. I'm there still, and so I need to move beyond that. And thank you for giving me the time to do that. And so once I get past being angry and realizing, okay, the dude is just human, and he does can get upset, and he misunderstood what I was doing, and just realized that you're just a human being. And
yeah, I know that's hard to remember. We love you too, Naomi. Um, so yeah, so what else has been helpful in keeping our love and our romance alive?
even in times when we're not talking to each other, we still at night
Mm-hmm.
do our love journal, and we have to come up with at least one thing that we love about each other, and that always, we give, even if I'm not talking to you, I still give you my love journal,
Yep.
and I still tell you that I love you.
Yep. And that is been such a powerful process for us. And especially when she's mad at me, right? One time she said, I love you even when I hate you. And that might sound counterproductive, but actually that was really helpful for me to hear, because it doesn't feel like she loves me when she hates me, right? So, but to hear that, oh, okay, well, the hate is something that's temporal, whereas
Right.
the love is something that's lasting, because I get
Right.
that every night, right?
Exactly.
I had a client who I said that to, because she was having some struggles with her relationship, and she said, "Oh no, I could never say that, because I don't love him when I hate him." and I think I reframed that or suggested, what about I love knowing that I will love you again, right?
Soon.
And that worked, and she used that because that she could, what was authentic for her, and she used that, and that made a big difference.
Yes.
So yeah, every night, and we've been doing it for 13 years now, and I'm going to say we've missed maybe 6 nights in those 13 years. And the way we stay on track with it, and maybe I'll just describe how we do it. We write one sentence. Keep it short, or you're not going to keep it going very long. Just one sentence about what we love about each other, or what we love about the other, or our life together. And how we stay on track is, if we miss a night, which 6 times I would guess, then we do 2 the next night, and that keeps us on track, because we don't want to become 3 and 4 and whatever. I've offered this to clients who are in relationship, and those who commit to doing it regularly, it has a profound effect. If they do it like once in a while, it doesn't last very long. So there's that. What else?
What was the question again?
What has kept our love and romance alive
For all this time.
20 years?
That commitment that we have to each other.
Mm-hmm.
The time that we spend together, playing and dedicated to just the 2 of us.
So date night,
Date
number 1.
nights. But just going to the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't. That's not doesn't count as date night these days.
Not anymore.
Before COVID, that's what we do. We'd go to dinner and a movie, and then usually make love before or after that time. And then during COVID, when we couldn't go to dinner or movies, we just ordered in. We just found, wow, we can just make love the whole time.
Watch TV.
After the movies. And going out to dinner. And so now if we go to a movie, it's usually like not on date
Sunday
night.
or
So that's really kind of like
an extra
date night in a way. But Mondays and Fridays, 2 p.m. till we go to sleep is date night, just dedicated time.
to us.
And when we were raising kids, we didn't, we couldn't carve out that much time, right? And more busy with our businesses and so on. We're not retired. We're working together.
Right.
But we dedicated the time, and part of it came about because we do a lot of ceremonies and things on the weekends, and I just realized, hey, we're not spending as much time together, so that's where we started Fridays, and then we added Mondays, and
It's important.
yeah,
It's important to go back to us.
and then we take one weekend off, so that we have that time as well. And there's our dog Toby. So
The nurse.
so what else?
Laughter.
Laughter. Oh. Gosh, she's got the greatest laugh in the world. When we first worked together at Sage Publications, which is where she met, if you don't know, when I went to interview there, this beautiful woman walked down the stairway with braided hair, talked about this yesterday in our vows, and interviewed me. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'd like to work under her. So, yeah, we were friends for a long time before we had a relationship. But, people, you could hear her laugh all over the building that housed like 200 people. And everyone thought she had the most infectious laugh ever. So, well, you've heard it on these videos. Every time you call me, how do I answer the phone?
My goddess.
Hello, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Hi, gorgeous. Right? And that's easy to do because you are gorgeous. As I said in our vows last night, you're just as beautiful as you ever have been to me. The laugh lines around your eyes don't detract from your beauty at all. That's the beauty of being in a relationship for a long time is,
Appreciating us.
I don't think I've ever verbalized this, but the inner love is so strong that the beauty that I see, I mean, if you put a picture of you when you were 20 compared to now, people might say, oh, she was unbelievably beautiful now. She's beautiful now, but she was, stunning then. But to me, it's the same beauty because I love your soul, right? And so that's reflected in your outer appearance. And so, yeah, beauty is way more than skin deep. So laughter, when we do have arguments, we never demean. Even when I raised my voice, it was factual. It wasn't calling you a name or in any way putting you down. And we, there might have been a couple F-bombs, sometime in the past, but that's a long time ago, and it's been our practice to, it's healthy to get angry, to get your anger out. You don't want to be suppressing it, right? But there's when we demean in any way, put someone down in any way, that never goes well, and that stuff accumulates.
It stays with
right?
you. Yes.
So, and then compliment. I mean, one of the things we got to excuse me, get back to even more is I remember sharing this, I think in a video or maybe it was in our book, that we just realized that even though we have all these wonderful practices, we realized just on a day-to-day basis both of us weren't feeling appreciated as much as we could be. And I think that's a big part to when there's dissatisfaction in couplehood, is just not feeling appreciated. And so we just decided to to start really expressing our appreciation for each other about the mundane things. I mean, it happens in our love journal, right? And that's, without that, it would be even less. But just appreciation for, a meal that you cooked, or a meal that I cooked, or the daily things that we do that we tend to take for granted, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really important.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Right. Encouraging each other in all that we do, supporting each other in the work that we're doing, separately and together, helping with our families and children, and encouraging each other to. I mean, you don't have a lot of family, but you're always, no matter what I decide to go do, I'm going to go spend the day with my mom or my dad or whatever. And you're just like, yeah, go ahead, You're always encouraging me to spend time with them, and never saying, where are you going? And how much money are you spending? And always nitpicking at everything that I do. You just give me more, my freedom. Mm-hmm. And so I really do appreciate that. If you will be right on top of me, always looking and seeing where I'm going, and it's just a form of trusting.
Yeah.
And as you know, I hate men that are jealous and controlling, and so that just
it's a deal breaker.
makes my life a lot easier and easy to be around.
Naomi said, "Oh, a tear in my eye. We love you, Naomi." God, what is today? It's exactly 1 month until we're going to be on the boat to Catalina. Just had somebody who's signing up from New Jersey. Actually, that's going to be 3 people coming from New Jersey.
Wow.
That means we have 1 spot left. If anyone's interested. Hi, Caroline. And there was someone else on here. I don't know that name, but welcome. Catalina Island. So, the most important thing that I want to share that just popped into my head, I'm thinking about what's the most important thing. And then we'll get to sex. I'm going to talk about sex a little bit.
Okay.
Saving that for last.
Okay.
Is accepting each other the way we are. And that's a practice, right? I mean, if she's really angry at me, I'm probably not accepting her in that moment. And yet underlying that is a general acceptance that's always there. And, what I say oftentimes to clients is that, when I accept my partner the way she is, well, let me say it this way. If there's something I don't like about the way my partner is, treating me or behaving or whatever, and my love is conditional on that changing, my partner will likely never change, because everyone wants this one thing more than anything else, and that's to be loved unconditionally, the way we are, right? You've heard me say, if you watch my videos, you've heard me say this phrase many times. Carl Rogers quoting, "The curious paradox is that when I accept myself the way I am, only then can I change." So,
And that's true with any relationship.
oh yeah.
I mean,
True.
the biggest thing that I'm learning right now with my own sisters, my own family, is I can't change anyone. You can't change people. People are who they are.
Right.
And if you want a relationship with that person, you gotta accept them the way they are. You cannot change them.
Oh, that's Concha. That's who it is. Hi. So yeah. So if my love is conditional, that person's not going to change, because the person wants to be loved the way they are. And I've learned this through many relationships arriving at this place. Learned the hard way, kind of. But when my partner knows that she is loved unconditionally, she wants to change any behavior that is not desirable for me, because I'm giving her and she's giving me the greatest gift that anyone can receive. And so we just automatically want to make that person as happy as we possibly can, because we're getting the greatest gift of all, right? Okay.
Exactly.
So you said something last night that I said, oh, got to include that in our book, having to do with cannabis and sexual experience.
Oh, okay. Um, as we get older, we women get older, our insides are not as lubricated, and
And more sensitive.
and they're, yes, and so I was not able to enjoy sex as much as I am enjoying it
Right.
now.
And you said especially in certain positions.
In
that
certain
just weren't
positions,
working
it was
anymore.
just I couldn't do it. I just it was not pleasing to me, and so that's when I started looking for other things that could help me, and that's just happened to be when cannabis was legalized here in California, and so I started.
Not that we wouldn't have done it before it was legalized.
I've never smoked in my life. I'm not a child of that
Era.
era. So it was just a totally new experience for me, and it just has really helped tremendously. One little hit, it just really relaxes my body, and I'm able to enjoy sex as much as I
And it-
or more before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Before, yes.
If that was possible. Apparently it was. Yeah, and you said so the pain is non-existent.
Yes.
Practically
It's
non-existent.
practically non-existent. So I highly recommend it, women out there.
So, and if it's not legalized in your state, we know you can still get it. And it probably will be soon. So, yeah, what else about sex? Date night, that's coming back to date night, having all that time.
The main thing for me lately has been to really, usually sex to me, it's like you want to please your own self, Men, we want to have our own thing, right, going. You kind of are second-handed thing. But
That's not always the case, though.
Not every the
Some
case.
people are. That's
But
why
it's
some
what,
women
50
don't have.
and 50? I don't know if it's 50 and 50.
No,
but
not-
but what I'm trying to say is like lately it's just been more of giving and really enjoying pleasing you in certain ways that I hadn't before, or enhancing that part of the experience for you.
That's what you get when you love unconditionally. And let me tell you, she gives good. So, this is getting pretty X-rated. This is great.
This is not going to be for kids now.
That's right. We'll have to. YouTube, it'll have to be for.
Right. Yes, that's true.
So what else
But
about?
but anything that helps you, you got to look for it.
Yeah, the music.
The music,
Really
the
important. Set and setting.
atmosphere, the settings in your everywhere, really. Not just for date night, but just in general.
Tell me.
Make the home, your house a home, Make it special. It doesn't have to just be for date night, but date night has to be even more special.
Right. Anything else from my perspective? I think this is pretty much a male-female thing, but most guys, if you're conscious at all, know this, is definitely, get your lady going first, right? And so usually, not always, it's been changing lately a little bit because of your giving thing, but usually it'll be about me just really being there for you in the beginning, and then it kind of transitions then over to being more about me.
Yeah, I don't know why men can't just get that. The more you give, the more you're going to get.
Right. Boy, and one thing I've been finding lately is just the more I hold back, as far as like being aggressive or whatever, the more I end up getting. Because if I'm holding back, it makes you want the aggressive part even more, right? So these are some of the tips. Excuse me. So I think that's that's it for today. I've got a frog, so you finish up.
Well, I love you, and I am certain that we will be together until the end of time. And you were talking about karma yesterday, and possibly what will our next life be, and how we're going to find each other to continue our love affair.
I was thinking about talking about karma today. Next week, we're going to talk about karma. And so if you got some value out of this, give us a like, whether you're watching it live or or later on. And yeah, anyone you can think of, any couples that could benefit from this video, please share and give us a comment or two. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Have fun.